Good afternoon, everyone. I think that we are alive, maybe. Hard to say. Hope you all are having a amazing Sunday here. Let me just make sure that we are actually live so I don't waste my whole entire time here talking. And let's see. Perhaps we are. Yep, we are alive. An a Epstein recommended video came up. Great. All right, so let's have some fun today. I wanted to let you guys know as well that the loop will repeat until you break the pattern. I don't know if you've ever heard that one again. I just wanted to tell you that one last time. So for today, what did I do? Essentially, Sundays are a little bit more of a rest day where I actually sleep in a little bit longer, take care of myself because I oftentimes go for pretty tremendous hours and probably should take a little bit better care of myself during the week to get even more hours of sleep. I've just been doing it so long that I can kind of gauge when I'm going to be a little bit burnt out or do well um, onto it, and not even just generally burnt out, just more of a socializing person. So recoup, get more energy back, keep cranking. And for today, we set zero estimates. I don't really like to reach out to customers onto Sundays because there is the whole week ahead to be able to reach out to anybody who needs any of our services. Today, we quoted a $2,638 deck restoration and ceiling. Has not been booked yet, just quoted there. And I probably, again, estimates on Sundays are probably not the best unless somebody cannot make the time to get to it, or this is an estimate that came in. This one right here was from the mass text that we had sent out, and I probably should have tried to get to it into the week so that people were not, lounging around. Because if I am still working all day but relaxing a little bit on a Sunday, almost everybody else is probably really chilling out, and they were chilling out today. So better times to be able to come to the customers. Ideally, not so late into the day, and again, unless they work very long hours to where it isn't manageable. But really, the nice sweet spot that I've found over these years is between about 10 to 4, unless they're at work, and then it's usually between 4 to 6 before they're getting ready for dinner. Although I just said all of that to not book jobs on Sundays and everything like that, I did close a job that I've been in contact with a person for a long time. They were remodeling their house, they had a basement flooding, and I have a $4,340 basement grinded seal to come forward with today to you guys. This is a clear grind and seal. This is with an epoxy base, moisture vapor barrier, and then a urethane top coat with pan rolling it so that you get the silica beads into the surface, suspended and all over the place instead of using a squeegee there. Lead source of the day, I would say, is mainly the texting from Facebook leads previously and saying top of content with them. I've already been out to this house before one time, and now they're ready to do it. So it's important to, again, keep with your people, provide more value, and as well too, going into basically today's idea, which I probably should have put right here. This is old FB leads. Today's idea is that as we're going into the new month, we're going into spring, people's mindsets are going to be changing. They're going to start thinking about different projects that they can complete, especially where it's here. We are currently, it's literally snowing right now, and it's 21 degrees out. This coming week, we are going to be hitting the highs of 45 degrees, and not this week actually. We're hitting highs of 40 degrees this week. Can you guys believe it? With lows of 29. So people are starting to get more movement. Everybody's going to get a little bit more action going. We're into a new month. People are as well receiving their tax refunds about mid-February is usually the earliest I believe that people can start receiving them. So it's important to be top of mind as well, going back into more of the Facebook ads as the season is picking up even more. So, with that said, though, when we're trying to go back to the people who we have conversed with in the past, the idea is to provide value. It's not just like, hey, do you want to book? Hey, do you want to book? Hey, do you want to book? We really need to communicate with people in ways that provide value. Terrible ways to communicate with people is to, like, I'm sure everybody has a friend who is not really, like, they've been a great friend for a long time, but they're not contributing too much value. They're asking a lot of things from you instead of being proactive and doing them for you. So, for instance, if I was to send out a text and say, hey, we just got a new trailer where you can actually store all of your items inside of our trailer for you instead of having to place them outside. By the way, we're also booking out into now April 10th. Spring season is starting. That is value right there, right? And offering at either a low cost or for free depends upon how your business operates and obviously the distance the job is from where you will be, from where your shop or home base is there. So I fortunately don't really want to discount any services because that's just going to hurt profitability for no reason. We're not hurting for work by any stretch of the imagination. So, what are the other ways that we can provide value? If you are on your side of things needing more work, right, there's a duality to it. You can use it either way. You can use things such as winter specials for customers and specifically noting those onto the gaps that you have inside of your calendar so that you can more pad out your overall revenue inside of a month so that you do not have lost profitability literally for no reason whatsoever. Not saying go to like $500 total jobs for garages. Obviously, they have to make sense, but in some ways, doing a job that you would not have had space on your calendar, or would you do have space on your calendar for that. For instance, sometimes you get better pricing onto your shipping if you're ordering more product at the same time. If you're having payroll and you can do jobs that are slightly less profitable, but otherwise you would have just lost out on like $1,000 in that day for your guys not being busy. Very, very useful to be able to strategically place those jobs into there as need be, especially for the price conscious customers that you know weren't going to do it unless there was some incentive to be able to get it going and onto the calendar. So that's kind of where as well the pool deck, it's all about what are the different like levers, what are the different ideas that we can have for it. He wants to have it installed before Labor Day, and we had that time in the schedule. Thankfully, he probably would have tried to not book as quickly if we weren't actually as booked out as we were. So as you can see, sometimes again, as the Bible says, to those that have some, more will be given; to those that have none, everything will be taken. Basically there is a little bit of an abundance kind of concept inside of there, but it's also in that same vein that the more work that is already there, people will obviously be like, wow, these people are actually busy. Like I'm even telling the customers onto my estimates, which would everybody has to find their own style. But I'm like, usually we're starving. Usually we're like barely even able to break even during these times like January and February. But it's so insane to have been able to build up the reputation we have, the reviews, everything that we have, and we're not resting on them. We're continuing. But it's very interesting to be able to have a different perspective where years ago I didn't have that whatsoever. So as well. Still not resting on the laurels, still pushing even harder onto it because more jobs, more cash flow, more deposits, bigger deliveries, less costs on the product, um, better forecasting, more jobs, as in this case right here as well too. And it gets warm here around mid-March, and then people want a place to hang out in their garage. So really angling that, and as well, like I was saying with the tax season, um, and as well partnerships. This is what we're going to be going heavy on inside of February. I won't talk too much about it because I am by no means an expert whatsoever, and I may seem pretty social onto here, and I'm a one-to-one social person, but in group settings, usually kind of try to keep my piece onto that one because I would say I'm more of an introverted type, although I can be very extroverted as well too. Just depends on the season and the time. So with that said, literally no live comments. It looks like nobody's working again today, right at 10 minutes. Pretty ironic. I think that these will probably be about 10 minutes if nobody comments is on to these videos. So just want to let you guys know, as always, there is a free and paid group in the description. And if you haven't already subscribed to this video or my channel, also like the video, much appreciated for the YouTube algorithm. As well too, we are going to be dropping something pretty insane in about a week that I think will revolutionize a lot of things if you guys have made it this far into the video. So be sure to keep tuning in and check it out. See you soon. Peace.